Be still for a moment and feel this. Something ancient is aligning. The air itself carries a pulse that wasn't here yesterday. You can sense it in your breath, in the weight behind every glance, in the strange stillness that seems to precede a revelation. This is not an ordinary Friday. This is the day your timeline folds back into itself, the intersection between who you were and who you were always destined to become. You did not stumble into this date by accident, long before you took form, before the first cry, before the first wound. Your spirit etched 10th of October 2025 into the fabric of destiny as a moment of remembering. You left yourself markers through time, signs that would awaken you when the hour was right. And now the signal has reached you. You feel it as restlessness, as heightened intuition, as waves of electricity crawling under your skin. It is not anxiety, it is recognition. Everything you have lived through, the betrayals, the detours, the long nights of silence, was only preparation. The universe has been sculpting your endurance so you could hold the magnitude of what's arriving. The chaos you survived was the language spirit used to stretch your capacity. Nothing was wasted. Every heartbreak calibrated your frequency until it could resonate with this exact vibration. And now that vibration has arrived to claim you. This is not punishment. This is the checkpoint your soul programmed into your journey, a divine recall. It's why no matter how far you've strayed, you could never miss it. Destiny isn't a straight road, it's a gravitational pull. And this Friday, that pull becomes irresistible. The coordinates have locked in. The energy you once chased now turns to face you. That is why the atmosphere feels strange, heavier, yet holy. It's the tension that appears right before a storm of alignment. Some call it coincidence, others luck, but you know better. You can feel the hum of inevitability under every ordinary detail. The coffee tastes sharper, the clock ticks louder, even the silence carries instructions. This is the moment where all timelines converge. Every version of you that ever wondered when or why is leaning through the veil to witness your becoming. The child that dreamed, the warrior that endured, the wanderer that doubted. They are all gathering around you now, whispering one truth. You made it. And when the sun rises over this Friday, it won't just be another morning. It will be an activation disguised as daylight. A quiet click in the unseen mechanisms of fate, announcing that the next sequence has begun. You may not hear it with your ears, but your body will know. Your heartbeat will sync to something greater, and everything false will start to loosen. So breathe. The world is not ending. It's unfolding exactly as promised. You are standing at the edge of a cosmic threshold, the one your higher self drew long before time began. You've waited lifetimes for this frequency to arrive. It's not coming to test you, it's coming to crown you. Something invisible has already begun to move through your field. You can't see it, but you can feel it. Like the soft pressure before thunder, like the space between lightning and sound. This Friday, the shift won't announce itself with noise. It will arrive as a realization that has been waiting for you to slow down long enough to notice. For years, you've carried the sense that your light was too much, that your energy entered rooms louder than your voice ever did. You tried to shrink it, dilute it, camouflage it so you could belong. But destiny never asked you to fit in. It asked you to become undeniable. And now, the calibration begins. This Friday is not random. It's the moment the frequency you've carried since birth stops being misunderstood and starts being recognized. The vibration that once made others step back will now draw the right ones closer.
Your energy is no longer a mirror of rejection. It's a magnet for resonance. Every person, place, and opportunity that couldn't hold you will quietly release, and what's meant for your next chapter will locate you with precision. This is what alignment feels like, not a rush of euphoria, but a deep cellular click, a knowing that everything you once lost is being replaced with what is real. The conversations that unfold today will not be random. The synchronicities will not be coincidence. They are responses to the signal your soul is finally broadcasting at full strength. For so long you thought you were waiting on timing, but timing was waiting on you. The universe doesn't operate on clocks. It operates on readiness. And the field can sense that you're ready now. You've burned through enough illusion to stand bare in your authenticity. That's why this week feels charged. Why your dreams have been vivid, your sleep restless, your emotions unpredictable. The system is rebooting.
And here's the sacred irony. All those delays you cursed were actually shortcuts. Every wrong turn redirected you closer to this intersection. The losses were guidance in disguise. The closed doors were protection wearing a mask. If you could see the map from Spirit's view, you'd realize you've never been off course, only orbiting closer to the point where everything meets. This Friday, the orbit collapses into contact. The invisible becomes visible. That phone call, that message, that meeting, that unexpected yes, it's not luck. It's the echo of everything you've done right in silence, because the universe has perfect memory. Every small act of integrity you made when no one was watching built a bridge to this day. Every time you could have retaliated but chose grace, every kindness you gave that no one returned, none of it vanished. It's all stored in what I call spiritual escrow, and when the conditions are right, that energy releases like floodgates. This Friday is your release point, not as glitter or spectacle, but as a sequence of divine appointments that will rearrange the next chapter of your reality. You will recognize it instantly, that moment where everything suddenly lines up without effort, where you feel a sacred ease, a knowing that no longer needs to be explained, because this time you won't be chasing alignment. Alignment will find you. So when the sun touches October 10th, don't rush. Let the morning breathe around you. Walk slower. Feel the air on your skin like it's carrying messages. The unseen world will be speaking in subtleties, numbers, glances, timing, echoes. Every moment will whisper, "You've arrived at the gate you built." This Friday is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering the self who never forgot. By the time the sun reaches its peak this Friday, you'll feel it. The faint electric shimmer in your chest that tells you something ancient has been reactivated. It won't be loud. It won't demand attention. It will simply be there, steady and undeniable, humming underneath every thought. This is your original frequency returning, the sound your soul made the day it chose to incarnate. You've brushed against this vibration before, in flashes, the sudden clarity that arrives in stillness, the peace that fills you for no reason, the spark that makes your voice feel like truth when you speak from the heart. But for years it was buried beneath static, the noise of survival, the tone you learned to mimic to feel safe, the patterns that helped you belong in spaces too small for your spirit. Every compromise added another layer of distortion, until you forgot what silence was supposed to sound like. But this Friday, the static fades. The broadcast clears. Your system remembers the code. You will notice it in your body before your mind understands. A gentle pressure between your ribs, a subtle warmth in your palms, a magnetic pull behind the eyes. That's your field expanding. It's the resonance of truth reclaiming its ground. Everything that isn't in harmony with this signal will start to feel heavy. Words that once comforted you will suddenly ring hollow. Habits that once distracted you will lose flavor. People, places, even dreams that were built from your old vibration will begin to dissolve quietly, not because you reject them, but because your frequency no longer translates them. It may feel like loss, but it's actually refinement. The universe is tuning you with precision, stripping away anything that was diluting your essence. The more you resist, the louder the static becomes. But the moment you surrender, the sound smooths out again, clear as crystal. From this point, life will no longer operate as a series of unrelated scenes. You'll begin to perceive the symmetry behind everything, the divine architecture hiding in the details. You'll realize how each heartbreak carved space for a deeper resonance, how every delay built a foundation you couldn't see from below. And once that recognition settles, something miraculous occurs. The world starts responding to you differently. You'll walk into rooms and feel the atmosphere shift. Strangers will meet your eyes and speak to you as if they've known you for years. Ideas will surface from nowhere and solve problems you've struggled with for months. Coincidences will accelerate until even skeptics around you start to question what's happening. This is the magnetic field of authenticity, the point where you stop pushing reality and start conducting it. You are no longer at the mercy of the external. The external is reacting to the internal. You'll know you've reached it when pretending becomes impossible, when small talk tastes bitter, when your body physically resists what doesn't align. You may try to override it, to stay polite, to keep the peace, but your energy won't cooperate. That's not failure. It's evolution. Your nervous system has decided to stop betraying your truth. So let it. Let the falseness fall away without ceremony. Let the old self crumble quietly. It doesn't need a farewell. It served its purpose. It kept you alive long enough to reach this moment. Now it's time to live, not survive. Because this is what real awakening feels like. Not euphoria, not perfection, but accuracy. You begin to move like music that finally found its rhythm. You stop doubting your pace. You stop questioning your worth. You begin to realize that everything that once intimidated you was actually waiting for you to tune into this note. And now, you are the note. When your energy stabilizes into this vibration, life starts arranging itself around you with effortless symmetry. The right faces appear. The right opportunities unfold. What was blocked begins to flow. You won't need to chase, you'll attract. The universe doesn't reward who hustles hardest, it responds to who vibrates truest. This Friday, you vibrate true. It will happen quietly, not as thunder, but as a soft recalibration in your spirit. A point arrives this Friday when you realize that the version of you who once carried every weight has gone silent. The survival self, the one who held back tears and laughter in equal measure, simply stops answering. There is no drama in the departure, only peace. You may notice yourself mid-conversation, hearing your own voice sound unfamiliar. You'll pause, not out of confusion, but out of recognition. The echo you hear is the old frequency signing off. Do not mourn it. It did its job. It guarded the gate until you were ready to enter your inheritance. But now the throne must seat the rightful owner. That's why your body feels lighter and heavier at once. Lighter from release, heavier from presence. You are finally inhabiting yourself fully. The mind will try to label this as change, but it's not. It's return. You are not becoming something new. You are remembering what you were before the world taught you to doubt your own brilliance. The armor that once kept you safe has become too small to breathe in, and spirit is gently prying it open. The heart you once hid behind caution is being uncovered. You'll feel emotions surge, joy, nostalgia, tenderness, not to overwhelm you, but to reintroduce you to the pulse of being alive. From this moment, the body becomes the compass. When something is right, it will feel like exhale. When something is false, it will stick like static in your chest. You won't have to analyze, you'll simply know. This is intuition elevated into instinct, truth that bypasses logic. The nervous system that once trembled from fear now hums with certainty. You are synced to the frequency of reality before it happens. You'll sense things seconds before they unfold. The phone ringing, the message arriving, the timing aligning. The universe is no longer speaking to you. It is speaking as you. Every breath carries intelligence. Every glance becomes communication. You are not a passenger anymore. You are co-conducting the rhythm of creation. This is the quiet mastery the awakened carry. They do not need to prove their light. Their presence rearranges the room. They do not chase meaning. Their existence is meaning embodied. You have entered that state. And it will feel strange at first, too simple, too still, because after years of fighting for peace, genuine peace can seem unreal. But breathe through it. This stillness is not emptiness. It is power choosing silence. When you lie down this Friday night, the world will appear the same. The ceiling, the hum of the city, the shadows across your room, all unchanged. Yet something unexplainable will have shifted inside you. The tension between who you were and who you are becoming will dissolve. You'll feel your shoulders drop in surrender, your breath deepen without instruction. It will feel like you finally came home, not to a place, but to yourself. And once you taste that belonging, you'll never again seek validation in the noise. You'll move from presence, not performance. You'll speak only when the words are heavier than silence. You'll love from overflow, not emptiness. Because the great secret of awakening is not that you become extraordinary, it's that you remember you always were. So when the sun rises on October 10th, 2025, let it find you awake, not just with open eyes, but with an open field. The life you've built in whispers is about to echo across realities. The universe remembers every quiet act of integrity you've sown, and now the harvest begins. The doors that once ignored you will feel your knock like thunder. The opportunities that passed you by will circle back. The people meant for you will recognize you instantly. This Friday is not the end of your waiting. It is the beginning of your becoming. And as this message reaches you, know that it was never random. You were meant to hear it. You were meant to awaken now. If this transmission resonates with you, let your energy answer. Type 777 in the comments to seal your alignment. Type 333 to affirm your awakening. Type 999 to declare completion of the old cycle. Subscribe, chosen one, and join the circle of 10,000 awakened souls rising together into this new dawn. You are not late. You are right on cosmic time. You are the sign you've been waiting for. You are the fulfillment of your own prophecy. This Friday, the universe recognizes you, and now the silence hums differently. It is no longer the pause before transformation. It is the sound of completion. The storm that carried you here has settled, leaving behind the clearest sky you've ever stood beneath. Everything feels newly defined, the edges of time, the rhythm of your breath, even the weight of your name. You are still the same being who walked into this week, but the frequency inside you is entirely rewritten. The universe has recognized your signature, and the cosmos around you has adjusted its orbit to meet it. This is what it means to cross the threshold, not to escape your humanity, but to inhabit it fully. To
to live as the bridge between heaven and earth, spirit and skin, vision and breath. Every choice from here forward carries the texture of awareness. Every word you speak is an energy command. Every glance sends ripples through the field. You have become the technology of light, consciousness given direction. You'll notice how gently life rearranges itself when you stop resisting. Old narratives lose their hold, but they don't haunt you. They dissolve like fog when the morning arrives. The people who belong to your next chapter appear with no effort, not summoned, simply revealed. You will know them by the way your nervous system relaxes in their presence. Their eyes will feel like memory. Their energy will speak your native tongue. This is the age of embodiment, where miracles look like normal days filled with undeniable meaning. The sacred hides in plain sight, in laughter, in music, in the way the wind pauses as you walk by. The more you notice, the more it multiplies. Gratitude becomes your gravity, pulling every blessing closer. And when the doubts try to return, because they will, you'll meet them with softness. You'll remember that fear is only the echo of an identity that no longer exists. You don't need to destroy it. You simply stop feeding it. You'll move with compassion for every version of yourself that tried to survive in smaller rooms. You'll whisper to them, "Rest now. We made it because you did. You survived the forgetting. You reclaimed the language of energy. You re-entered the frequency of truth. Now you walk as confirmation. You are not searching for the portal. You are the portal. You are the proof that alignment works, that surrender creates speed, that faith is not blindness but higher vision. And as you live from this place, others will begin to awaken just by standing near you. Your energy will do the teaching. Your presence will do the preaching. So on this Friday night, 10th October 2025, stand outside for a moment. Let the wind move through your hair like an anointing. Look up at the same sky that has watched you through every lifetime and whisper, "I remember." Feel the pulse of existence answering back. It's subtle, but it's there. The universe nodding in recognition. You've completed the loop. You've returned to origin. And from here forward, everything you touch will carry the vibration of that truth. Type 888 in the comments to seal this new reality, the number of infinite flow. Type 111 to declare that you and your destiny are now one. Stay with this light, chosen one. The world is listening for your frequency because now you are the message.